Tyrese Haliburton is the frontrunner for the NBA Most Improved Player of the Year. A little over halfway through last year, the Indiana Pacers made an incredible trade, acquiring Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson from the Kings for Domantas Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb, and a second-round pick. This trade set up the Pacers perfectly for a rebuild, acquiring their franchise cornerstone in Haliburton. Haliburton impressed in every situation he's been put in so far, no matter how awkward a fit is with the Kings, and so far he's really shown out in Indiana. Here's why I believe Haliburton is the front runner for the NBA Most Improved Player of the Year award. Tyrese Haliburton is a fantastic player, and everybody knows this. But why should he be favored for the Most Improved Player of the Year over guys like Anthony Edwards or Jordan Poole, for example? Well, Tyrese is on a super young roster, which means he's got the keys. The Pacers this season have one of the youngest rosters in the NBA with countless rookies and second-year players. This means that Tyrese is going to have a lot of freedom to play exactly how he wants. When Haliburton got to Indiana last year, right away the Pacers put the ball straight into his hands and told him to do whatever he liked with it. The Pacers have clearly established he's their main guy, so he doesn't have to differ to anyone. With some of the other most improved player candidates, they have other guys on their teams that are ahead of them in the pecking order, in terms of who's the main option. For example, Anthony Edwards, he's still got a lot of ball-dominant guys on his team, like D'Angelo Russell and of course Cat. And if you ask Cat, he'd say he's the franchise player, not Anthony Edwards. I mean, I believe that Ant should be the number one option, but that's just me, especially after what Cat pulled last play-in and playoffs. Anyway, another example of somebody who's got somebody ball dominant ahead of him is Jordan Poole. He's obviously behind a top 5 player in the league in Steph, and Clay and Draymond also have the ball a lot in that system. Rarely are guys who win Most Improved Player not on a bad team or the number one option. With Tyrese, the path is much more straightforward to his Most Improved Player. The second reason why Tyrese is the MIP frontrunner is that he put up incredible numbers with Indiana last season. Tyrese has only played 26 games with Indiana, but when he did play, his numbers were great. With the Pacers, he averaged an extremely calm 17.5 points, near 10 assists and almost 2 steals, on out-of-this-world efficiency, 50% from the field and almost 42% from 3. That is almost unheard of from guards. That's like Steph Curry efficiency in 2016. His assists and points jumped by over 3 a game compared to his Sacramento numbers, and this was barely with any time to get acclimated to a new Pacers system. This season, with the ball in his hands even more, and his cemented first option status, it's likely his volume will go up and his efficiency will drop a bit. But it's very realistic Haliburton could average 20 and 10 this season. That would be a 5-point and 2 assist increase from his overall stats last season. If he can do that, it would be hard for anyone to beat him to the award, and depending on how good the Pacers are, he might even bag himself an All-Star appearance. Another reason why Haliburton is my favorite for the Most Improved Player is that he's extremely motivated. Tyrese was incredibly happy in Sacramento with the Kings and his family. Unfortunately for him, he got his first taste of NBA reality when they shipped him out without any hesitation. That really hurt Haliburton. Matt Barnes, who was an NBC Sports California analyst at the time, even said Tyrese was in tears when he got traded. For goodness sake, Kings, you traded away the only actual guy who wanted to stay with you. You just can't win, can you? Either on the court or with your players. Anyway, with the way the Kings treated Tyrese, you could tell it motivated him a lot to prove the Kings wrong, and that was evident with the way he played last year. This year, with a full offseason under his belt and a full training camp with the Pacers, the sky is really the limit for him. Haliburton is at a point in his career where he can really show everybody what he's made of. This year could legitimately set him up for NBA superstardom in the future, with the likes of the other young point guards like Ja, Trae Young, etc. That's how good I believe he is. And with the way the Kings treated him and his willingness to get better so far in his career, his motivation looks at an all-time high. From what I saw as well, Tyrese has got a really good relationship with a lot of his new teammates, on and off the court, especially with Isaiah Jackson. I think Haliburton and Jackson could form one of the best young pick and roll duos in the NBA, and that would even bolster his stats. With all these things going in Tyrese's favor, I believe he will win the Most Improved Player of the Year award. And if he can do that this season, I see no reason as to why he can't become an NBA superstar in the future. If you enjoyed this video, you can check out my latest video, Does NBA Preseason Actually Matter? We go into a few different metrics, seeing who's won the preseason over the last few years, and if it really actually makes a difference. Thank you for watching, I value your time and I hope you enjoyed, and as always, stay rested. See you in the next one.